There have definitely been times when my anxiety is so bad that I'm completely stuck in my own head and I'm thinking about my anxiety. What's up, guys? Lucas here, and welcome to the Boost Your Biology YouTube channel. Today, I'm here to discuss some of the most cutting-edge supplements to help reduce and eliminate anxiety. So for those of you who are brand new to my channel, my mission is to bring you guys the most cutting-edge health information that you'll struggle to find on Google. So please like this video, hit that subscribe button below, and if you have any questions or comments, please leave them on this video, as I do aim to respond to each and every single one. So today I'm here to discuss three of my all-time favorite anti-anxiety compounds that work via unique pathways to reduce one's fear response, overthinking, and generally make someone feel more at ease. Obviously, this is not medical advice, and that this video is purely for informational purposes only. Please consult your healthcare professional before making any changes to your lifestyle or routine. The big question that we ask ourselves when we're looking for a compound or a drug or a supplement to reduce anxiety is the following. Is the supplement sustainable? Does the supplement have a low tolerance buildup? Is the supplement free of severe side effects? Does it help to have adaptogenic qualities such as modulating blood pressure? And we're looking for a compound that can improve GABA tone, reduce adrenaline, and that is also neuroprotective. So these are my strict criteria. So the very first compound I'm here to discuss is a compound found within magnolia bark known as honokiol. Honokiol is only just started to be used in a range of supplements nowadays, but fortunately we can now use it as an isolated ingredient in powder form and can be used in a similar way to how people use L-theanine. So you'll see a link to honokiol in the video description. You'll see links to all of the various compounds that I discuss in the video description below. So with honokiol, basically the benefits are that it can actually permeate the blood-brain barrier, which is critical because many compounds show anti-anxiety or neuroprotective effects outside the brain, in fact, in vivo or in vitro models. But the benefit of honokiol is that it does have the ability to cross the blood-brain barrier and exert potent anti-anxiety effects. So diverse studies have provided evidence on the neuroprotective effect of honokiol in the central nervous system due to its potent antioxidant activity and amelioration of the excitotoxicity, mainly related to the blockade of glutamate receptors and a reduction in neuroinflammation. So very similar to the benefits of taurine, although this is purely derived from a natural origin, such as this bark. It's also now being researched to counteract amyloid plaque buildup. That's a leading cause of Alzheimer's disease, so further benefits there. I guess you're wondering, how does honokiol actually exert an anti-anxiety effect? So at very high doses, honokiol is actually a potent sedative. Its central depressant effects and anticonvulsant properties / anxiolytic effects occur actually at lower doses. And this is partially due to its effect on interacting with the GABA A receptor, which is a common target for benzodiazepines and other anxiolytics. So you can see that it has quite a similar effect to other GABA A agonists like taurine, magnesium, even perhaps diazepam as well. Here's a great little diagram that breaks down the key actions within the brain and even outside the brain. So we can see that honokiol preserves mitochondrial function and that there has a neuroprotective effect. It also interacts with the glutamate receptor, potassium and sodium channels in the brain, and also inhibiting immune-mediated inflammation as well. Another benefit of honokiol is that it can also protect the myelin sheath in the brain. So the myelin is like the coating that helps with signal transduction in the brain. So that's another neuroprotective benefit there. You can see here we have the dosages on honokiol. We have between 50 milligrams to 200 milligrams. So I personally would use this about 45 minutes before public speaking or before a job interview, or just anytime that I feel like anxiety might creep in, alongside obviously other protocols like specific breathing practices and things like that. So that's the first compound. Next up, we have quite a potent and relatively somewhat dangerous compound, although very, very effective at completely annihilating anxiety, is fluorophenibat. Fluorophenibat acts as an agonist at the GABA B receptor. So in this regard, it's actually similar to the drug baclofen, which is used to treat pain. And it also exerts an effect that is similar to that of gabapentinoids. So it can actually reduce the release of various excitatory neurotransmitters like glutamate, substance P, acetylcholine, and even norepinephrine or noradrenaline. And this in turn also increases GABAergic activity. Fluorophenibat's definitely one that many people will use as an alternative to alcohol. That is why I've really stressed this point here, that it's a compound that you would only want to use about once per week, as it does have some degree of abuse potential and also has, mild recreational potential as well, as it can induce some degree of euphoria, although it doesn't have the same intoxication effects like alcohol. And unfortunately, with regular usage, it can become habit forming. So that's something you may want to consider using once per week, perhaps Friday or Saturday night. Fluorophenibat can also be found in the video description below, a link to a vendor. The next one we have is derived from a natural origin, pterostilbene. It starts with P, but it's pronounced pterostilbene. It's found within blueberries, and it's actually a natural analog of resveratrol. You probably heard me talk about resveratrol in the past, which also has diverse health promoting properties. But the benefit of pterostilbene is that it can exert an anxiolytic action via the involvement of the hippocampal ERK phosphorylation. So again, it's targeting a different pathway in the brain to alleviate various anxiety disorders. And, many people that have used pterostilbene have noted improvements in mood and general cognitive function, and also an anxiolytic effect as well. I've also added that pterostilbene is absolutely neuroprotective. You can see that it's neuroprotective against oxidative stress, and it actually does this via involvement of the nuclear factor erythroid 2 related pathway. Again, it's increasing the body's antioxidant capacity. And bear in mind, free radicals and toxins exert oxidative damage, and oxidative damage in and of itself is neurotoxic. And in general, that effect will also exacerbate anxiety. So we're getting a double whammy there. And then pterostilbene also improves cognitive performance in aged rats. This was a really cool study that demonstrated that pterostilbene can also be used to improve synaptic remodeling and also improve the levels of cyclic AMP, which is an important secondary signaling molecule. So in terms of a dosage for pterostilbene, you're looking at between 50 milligrams to 200 milligrams. You'll see a link to pterostilbene in the video description below. And here's a little bonus tip, is that you can use pterostilbene just before exercise to actually increase the runner's high. It's actually a phenomenon that occurs in those that exercise very intensely, repetitively. The body releases enormous amounts of its own endocannabinoids, and pterostilbene inhibits FAAH, which is the enzyme that degrades these endocannabinoids. So it can sort of make the runner's high last longer. So you get a blissful, euphoric mood that can last for many, many hours after exercise. That's all that I had for today, guys. Obviously, anxiety is a huge topic, and it obviously needs to be addressed through multiple protocols and pathways, not only through supplementation, but I thought I would offer some cutting edge anti-anxiety supplements that can be deployed when somebody may need some support. So be sure to check out all my links in the video description. I've got some awesome courses. Check out my newsletter, my podcast, and my Instagram for more action-packed, highly useful health content. Guys, thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments section below. Thank you for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you across all my other socials on Instagram, YouTube, and on my website.